Don Bosco tells us that working for the good of young people is a vocation which can fill a life. In the early 1980s, this idea led some young cooperators and young people from the Sacred Heart Parish in Bologna to start on a journey which began with work for the missions in Africa and developed into the choice of a way of life. An important step was the discovery that commitment to the missions, in spare time, Saturdays and Sundays, could lead gradually to a realization within the group that the Lord was calling you to a life commitment, so that your life could become, to some extent, a witness of what you had found, of what you were still finding in missionary experience always connected to Africa. This group experience turned into a community experience, a journey of faith, which led to the birth of the community of the Mission of Don Bosco, an association of the faithful with a constitution and a rule of life. In January 2010, it became the 28th group in the Salesian family. And this involved the discovery of a special identity which was within this gift of the Lord. A way of doing things, a role, an incentive to live Don Bosco's spirit with some elements which were new, compared with what we had known when we were growing up. The members of the community of the Mission of Don Bosco, or CMB, are aware of something. Education is about living in a missionary frame of mind, of witnessing together. This together is important because the different activities, the groups and the works which operate independently are brought together at a community level. They are not just the work of isolated individuals sent by the Guardian General. And mission means not only the foreign missions, but everything in the educational heart, the missionary heart of Don Bosco. Mission is, perhaps exaggerating a little, to start to understand more and more what was in the missionary heart of Don Bosco. The community of the Mission of Don Bosco has reinterpreted the preventive system in 4 verbs, which express and lead to an encounter between an educator and a young person. Believing that Christ, alive in the heart of the educator, can become present in the heart of the young person. Believing that Salesian humanism is a gift of God to share with others. Stirring the attention of the young, doing everything possible in the most imaginative ways to arouse curiosity, attention, rapport with the young person. Involving the young, giving them small or greater responsibilities, and showing them a way of formation which is more than just theoretical. And finally, creating relationships, opportunities for play, listening, dialogue, and encounter with the young, where the educator must not stay on the outside. Lay people deeply involved in education at the service of the local church, working with the parish clergy. In Bologna, Vado and Sassomarconi, members of CMB are gradually offering children and young people, using special resources provided by the community, a way of formation which is human, Christian and Salesian. My name's Laura and I work with Maurizio in the parish of St. John the Baptist in Vado, working together with the parish priest, Don Giuseppe. We're in the CMB. Maurizio is in charge of the oratory every Saturday afternoon, and he also helps with the post-confirmation group. I run a CMB group for young people, mostly from 2nd year to 5th year in high school. The community of the Mission of Don Bosco is also present in other countries. Local members are involved in special projects in Madagascar, Burundi, Argentina, and Chile. In addition, 2 new frontiers have been taken on by the community: Haiti, with a hostel for young children in difficulties, and also in Ghana. Because really, every gift from the Lord brings with it the effort of converting yourself and accepting new things which come along. Alongside the founder members over the years, young people have come forward asking to begin the formation process to become part of the community. The community always has 3 fundamentals: unity, charity, and necessity. The route which brings these young people closer to the community comes about in a natural way. They learn about the CMB by taking part in the activities we provide for them. Sometimes, members of the CMB suggest to these young people that they might want to join the community. In other cases, young people who like what we offer ask to become members of the CMB.
Io sono Antonio.
3 years ago, I was with my brother here in the oratory in Vado. Maurizio, who is in charge of the oratory, asked me if I would like to try the summer camp sometime in June. I said, fine, I'll give it a go. It'll give me something to do. I went and I had a great time, and that was the start of my journey with the CMB. I first got to know about the community of the mission of Don Bosco in the 3rd year of middle school, when Guido told me about it. From there, I began to understand what he did. The thing which struck me most was definitely the way he got on with young people, which was different from anything I had met before. Potential members of the CMB are invited to spell out their desire to enter the community by writing a letter. A positive reply and the acceptance of the request is a confirmation that there is a genuine commitment to the group and expresses the support in principle of the community. After this acceptance, there is a period of formation lasting 3 years based around 3 community acts. These are real stages involving detailed training and taking up of responsibilities. The first is the act of commitment. Through this, the young person declares the wish to adhere and belong to the CMB and be committed to some form of service. After this act, the Guardian General can give some specific instructions which express a form of obedience called convergence. Next is the act of faith, a real and personal profession of faith in Christ, in the Church and in Don Bosco. This lifts the commitment already made to the level of a faith commitment and witness. The act of dedication is the final community act. This marks the end of the formation process and in the fullest sense incorporates the one making it into the community of the mission of Don Bosco in a definitive way. The act of dedication is for us a real and personal consecration to God and to the community, a choice of life, concrete, radical, full and deep. I'm definitely going to continue on this path. I have realized that it is a fundamental part of me. I realize that the young are part of my life. I'm keeping in contact with people who are part of the community, seeing how they live. I have seen that they are always ready to help each other, always cheerful. They give me a sense of the warmth of a family, like a big family. This has made a big impression on me.
Mi ha colpito tanto.